All right, so welcome back to Chicago Sports Opinions with regular guys. We got one guy missing today. Frank couldn't make it today.
Yeah, too busy cleaning and
yeah.
getting ready for his girlfriend.
Getting ready for tomorrow for the playoff games. But speaking about the football playoff games, man, I got sad news for me. You know, I'm a Bear fan, you know, to the core, but you know, you got to recognize greatness. And,
That's right.
you know, talking about greatness, we're talking about Tom Brady. Man, Tom Brady just announced that he's retiring. And I'm going to tell you that I'm a big fan. I
22 seasons, man.
Yeah, 22 seasons of watching this guy dominate, thrill, come from behind wins, do the impossible, like Super Bowl comeback victories. We talk about Matt Ryan, that won against the Falcons. I mean, he did such amazing things. I mean, he beat Did he beat Patrick Mahomes? Yeah, he got Patrick Mahomes not too long ago. Amazing. So, I think it was the greatest career in pro football history. I mean, this man holds so many records, passing records, touchdowns, completions, you know, Super Bowl rings. I mean, how many does he have? 6 or 7? 7?
6 or 7, man. I don't know.
Man.
But I think it's about 6.
Yeah.
I think he tied it with MJ.
So,
but we can check that.
Yeah, we'll check that out. We'll fact check it.
Yeah.
Man's 44 years old. Didn't look a bit like it this season. Just basically killed it this season. I had him going to the Super Bowl, but things happened, and you know, we all know what happened. And you know, he was feeling a little down. Talking about he was going to be thinking about the family more than football, and I think that right there told me that he wasn't going to be coming back. I had my fingers crossed, hoping that he was, but he just announced that he's retiring. Yeah. So, the GOAT. Ralph, what you got to say, man?
Just to make a correction on that, it is 7 rings. I'm like kind of like you, man. I'm kind of sad because I just feel like we lose another good player out there that plays football to its core.
Yep.
For a gentleman who was the last person picked and in the NFL draft, that
199.
Right. That the draft doesn't even go that far anymore.
Yep.
So, you know, this is just amazing. It just kind of lets you know with hard work, persistence, and dedication how far you can get. So it's a kind of a sad thing, you know. Yeah, I'm kind of heartbroken with that. Even though we're probably gonna hear it from a few people, but that's all right. That's all right. You know, we still Bear fans, but you know, me and Mike, man, we just really like people who can play the game right.
Yeah, you respect greatness.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
And there's definitely greatness there. We're talking about 22 seasons. We saw he reached the Super Bowl 9 or 10 times.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. There's quarterbacks that couldn't even do it once. in their entire career.
Yep.
You know, look at Matthew Stafford. He just won his second playoff game in his entire career, and he's already on year 13 or 14.
Yeah.
I mean, man. I'm gonna miss him. I'm gonna miss a lot of things that he was doing. I know a lot of people hated him. I know we got, you know, people are gonna say that the Deflategate thing, that, you know, he was deflating balls to win that Super Bowl. But man, haters are gonna hate, and it seems like every year they made the Super Bowl, they found some way to defame the Patriots or defame Tom Brady, you know, in general. Mm-hmm. But you know, what I always say is, you got to be doing something right for someone to be hating on you. So, hats off to Tom Brady on that.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure when Jordan was playing there, a lot of people were hating on him too. So
I mean, we loved him here, but he was hated everywhere.
everywhere.
Go ask a Cleveland fan.
Exactly. Right? Or L.A.
Or New York.
Or New York, exactly.
Detroit.
Yep.
You know, he was putting a lot of guys, you know, he stopped a lot of people's ambitions for a championship, you know, just like Tom Brady did.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan had never been the same since that Super Bowl. So, you know,
And I think also too, like Tom Brady was fortunate to be with one of the greatest NFL coaches of all time too. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah, hats off to Belichick.
yeah, because I
Do
think,
your job.
yeah, I think Belichick kind of helped him get to where he is now
Yep.
too. And I think that kind of catapulted his career.
Yep.
Because I think if he was with the Bears, he would have probably been out in 3 years, man. You know, that's just my personal opinion.
You're talking about a coach that took 199th pick. Saw something in him just after 3 passes.
Mm-hmm.
Next year he's a starter, and man, right from there, I think he went to win like 3 Super Bowls in a row.
Yeah,
You know,
mm-hmm.
that's a crazy start right there.
Big time, big time.
You know,
if Bledsoe didn't get hurt, you know,
you don't know what would have happened, right?
Exactly.
So thank you to Drew Bledsoe. But yeah, we're talking about 17 AFC East titles, 13 AFC Championship games, 9 Super Bowl appearances, and 6. I got 6 Super Bowl titles.
Okay.
How
I
did
just
that?
checked this.
Is it got 7?
Yeah, because he won last year with.
Oh, that's right. He sure did. Okay. We talk about a guy that went 16-0. If Frank was here, he'd dispute that because he real quick would let you know about the Bears and their perfect season. But we're looking at the team that went 16-0 in the regular season. They did fall short, you know, to the Giants, which was probably one of the most disappointing Super Bowls in my opinion.
That was a good game though, man.
It was. But man, come on, Eli.
Caught it on the head.
Eli, that was one. That was just an amazing catch, but I don't think Eli had anything to do with it.
Right.
And 50 touchdown passes. I mean, at that time, that was like an NFL record. I think someone did break that. Might be Mahomes or I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that's not a whole record anymore. I'll look back into that again. I'll parking lot that. But yeah, we're talking about a guy that 20 years in New England. Decides not to re-sign. Probably wasn't, didn't want to keep getting sunned by Bill Belichick anymore because he's Tom Brady. He leaves, goes to Tampa Bay, and on his first attempt? His first attempt.
Yeah, that was his first season.
And my man wins the Super Bowl and MVP again, which of course he was because he went to like a bottom feeding team and turned them into a Super Bowl team right away. And look at this year, we could, they could have made it to the Super Bowl again. Just a field goal separated that, you know.
Yeah, I just think Tampa Bay was already in progress of being a Super Bowl contender team. They just needed a quarterback, and Tom Brady was that guy that kind of, tip them over. And just like what happened in Toronto, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When DeRozan got traded, for the Terminator. So it's like. He got that, and he came there in Toronto, win the championships. So does Brady. So it's a good thing, man. It's a good thing. I just want to give Tom the flowers. Just let him know I appreciate it. All the years I watched him play, it was real good. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss you, Tom Brady. We lost Tom Brady this season. We lost Ben Roethlisberger this season. I'm just hoping it's not going to be Aaron Rodgers next because, those guys were, I like turning on my TV on Sunday to watch them play because, it was something special every time you see them, hit the field and play. Again, Ben Roethlisberger, I didn't do a show for you, but you did win 3 Super Bowls too, and hats off to you too. You will be missed also. But today is all about Tom Brady. Sad to see you go, man. But moving forward, we don't know who's going to be the next quarterback for the Buccaneers. So that's going to be real fun to watch this season because I'm pretty sure whoever's going to, pick up that ball next year is not going to be putting up the kind of numbers that the Bucs were putting up this year. Brady won 29 games and lost 9 in his 2 years over there. Those are crazy numbers, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see. They got good old Blaine Gabbert that's waiting So we'll see what happens with that. I don't think we'll be seeing him, you know, hitting the center for the Bucks next year. I'm pretty sure they're gonna be looking for somebody right away. Who knows? It might be Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Maybe he may want to go somewhere warm. You know.
Yeah, why not? Less tax, warm. I mean, they got a hot receiving team, receiving core. They got, you know, obviously they got a good offensive line because Tom Brady survived both those years, you know, and he's not exactly the same mobile guy that he was before. So
Right.
it might be the destination. You never know. You might be seeing Rodgers throwing something to Gronkowski next season.
No. Well, you know what? When it comes to Aaron, I kind of think, don't be surprised. He could go back home to San Francisco.
He could.
Because that was his. Well, it's not really San Francisco was not his home, but he was growing up as a San Francisco 49er fan. So I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take a little peek in there. You know, it's depending on what happens this year in the playoffs and like, you know,
Yeah.
like that. But it'd be interesting, man. It'd be interesting. But as far as the Bears concerned, you know, this week they got a GM plus a new head coach, so that's something to kind of look forward to see what happens in the next couple of years.
I don't know about you, but I'm really disappointed by it.
Really?
Yeah, I'm disappointed by it. So we pick up another non-experienced head coach. Like, why couldn't we get a head coach that had head coaching experience? Again, we get somebody that was a coordinator or a specialist over here, and he's supposed to be leading the entire team. You don't have the experience, so we're going to be seeing the same thing again. Same thing, and then, we go with a defensive-minded head coach. So what about Justin Fields? Who's going to develop? Who's going to give him those kind of plays that suit his talents? You know, for him to be the dynamic player that he is.
Okay, so the key aspect to this, so since they got a defensive head coach now, like you said, answer your question about Justin Fields. So what the Bears gonna do, and the head coach is playing, he's gonna have to pick a right offensive coordinator plus a QB coach too. You know what I mean? Somebody up in there that can help him out. You know, get him to where he needs to be.
Right.
That is going to be the main object or focus of the Chicago Bears for right now. I mean, the Bears have a long, outstanding history of basically getting first-time coaches. It's not to say it won't work.
Why?
It's just the way the organization runs, and so that's the thing when it comes about.
Do you know the like one of the meanings of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're doing right now. We're doing the same thing over again. We got a new Ryan and we got a new Matt.
Yeah.
So we trade out for a Matt and Ryan for another Matt and Ryan again. I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Inexperience. I hope good things because I'll be watching them either way. As much as I'm not happy with it, I know next season I'll be sitting here with this man, you know, watching these games, hoping to see something better with the changes that were made.
Well, the difference here is too. It's like they actually hired somebody. Yeah, okay, it's a first-time GM, but he has a pretty good record out there, or just kind of rumors of being the next man up that can kind of lead a team.
How do you say his name?
Ryan.
Eberflus?
Yeah.
Like head coach, because I don't even know how to say his name. Eberflus?
Yeah.
So we got.
I'm sorry if I said that incorrectly.
Yeah, I'm getting at that myself. Yeah. So it's Matt I'm gonna say it's Matt Eberflus.
Eberflus.
Eberflus?
Yes.
Okay,
Eberflus.
so Matt Eberflus.
Yes. So basically, the thing about it, when it comes to the GM, you know, and the new head coach, what we were saying previously with the other Matt and Ryan, you know, we need these guys to go because there's no progress on anything. You know, GMs keep trading up for quarterbacks and players who can't play and overpaying, whatever the case may be. And the coach is not really putting the players in position to succeed and being better at their craft.
Right.
So we got rid of them, right? So now we got some new people. All I was really concerned about when it especially came to the GM, let the GM handle their work by themselves. Let them pick their coach. So obviously, from what I'm hearing, reports and stuff I'm reading, the GM had a chance and opportunity to pick his own coach. So I can't really complain. Let's, hopefully that's true. Let's just see what happens as the season goes on and how they kind of deal with the offseason as far as drafting and stuff like that. So, to me personally, I don't know who to pick. I don't know who to trust. I'm like you, bordering on the edge. Don't really trust the organization. I feel like it needs to be something from the top down.
Right.
And player personnel. That's what a lot of NBA franchises have right now, and I think that's what the Bears kind of need. That way, that keeps George out of it, but not out of it, but to a point where we need someone to blame. We stop blaming George. We can blame the player personnel because he's the guy who's bringing or she is bringing the person in here.
Right.
And
Right. To add on to that, though, so Eberflus, he had some ties, so I heard, to the Green Bay Packers. And somehow we also landed their offensive coordinator, Nathaniel Hackett. So maybe that might be the answer, that Justin Fields might need, or the help that he might need to, perform a little bit better than what he did. Because decision making and everything, the plays need to be suited for him. Because now that I went back and looked at what he was doing in college, I mean, man, he looked like he was definitely going to be on like Lamar Jackson status in college. So I don't see why he's not able to do this now. But hopefully with better coaching, a better game plan,
yes,
things are going to get better for him.
Yeah.
Man, that's also signals a lot of things for me, man, because the Packers lost their offensive coordinator, and they lost someone else, someone who went to Denver.
Yeah, well, I think that, man.
They lost someone else big that went to Denver, too.
Yeah.
I'll look into that also.
Yeah, we got to look into that. This is more a freestyle episode, ladies and gentlemen.
That's cool.
We just...
it's cool.
Yeah.
Still stating, a lot of facts. So that tells me a lot that, Rodgers might not be staying out there, because if you're getting rid of your offensive coordinators, you're getting rid of your other specialists. I mean, they're losing a lot of personnel. That signals to me that Rodgers might be heading somewhere else.
Yeah.
So
Could be. It could be. But it's still too early. It's still early. I won't say anything until it actually happens. In my personal feeling, I think Rodgers is going to stay there. But, if he does leave, that's why I said before, I think he may go to San Fran.
it's a good chance. Good chance. But that being said, we're going to talk about tomorrow.
Okay.
So
Sounds
tomorrow
good.
we got some playoff games.
Yes, we do.
We got the Bengals and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
They're going to be coming up. I mean, that's going to be a great matchup. Again, you're going to have the great Joe Burrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know he's a little young for me.
Great in there.
I know. I'm feeling him though, man. I mean, I think with Rodgers being gone and not Rodgers, with Brady being gone and Roethlisberger being gone, we gotta look for somebody else that's a performer like that. And
Yeah, definitely.
right now, it looks to be like Joe Burrow is that man. I mean, for the season, the man has 4,600 yards in his second year as a quarterback, 34 passing touchdowns, 108 passer rating. For a second year, I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. But he is going against Pat Mahomes, and we all know who he is.
Yes.
Championship, Super Bowl champion.
What you think?
If Frank was here, I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about that too. But
Pretty sure he would.
when they were losing and they were in that slump, and I blame a lot of that with Tyreek Hill being gone, that he just didn't have that guy to catch that ball and get yards after the catch.
Okay.
And they looked like they were in a slump, and I felt like maybe the NFL was catching up to Mahomes, but he proved me wrong, because I mean, he was slinging that ball last week. I think I saw probably the best game that I have watched. We'll call it top 5. I'm gonna put it in my top 5 best games I ever watched, because I'm still the best game I ever watched, in my opinion, was Tom Brady coming back against Matt Ryan against the Falcons, because that was a crazy comeback. I mean, they were up at halftime like 20-something points, and to have them just come back and march and beat you, that was crazy. But I'm not gonna take anything away from that. Let's talk about running also.
Okay.
We got Joe Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
Mixon's a crazy running back for the Bengals. 1,200 yards in his campaign this year.
Right.
You know, another 13 touchdowns. He found the end zone 13 times. I mean, man, that's really good for one season.
Yeah, it is. But defense plays a little bit different. So, like, the running backs are not going to get as many
Yards.
yards. Thank you.
It's all good.
They won't get as many yards and stuff like that normally. So, you know, it's going to be a different game. So, that is good for the season. He's going to be a threat. It's going to cause the defensive line to kind of come down there, maybe put maybe a 7 or 8 man in the box there, you know. So he can challenge the passer. But Joe Burrow, he can throw, he can do his thing. So that can be the thing. So they may try to mix it up, you know, try to do that to the boy.
For sure. Then we got the receivers. This is the receiving core again on both teams. Scary. First, Tyreek Hill.
The boy is dope.
Peace sign.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as he throws those up, you know he's leaving you behind. He's hitting that end zone. It's over for you.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get attacked for that.
I mean, he's been doing that for years, man. I mean,
unsportsmanlike conduct.
I mean, when you that fast, you can just be doing this and running away.
Hey,
you know,
I saw him call worse calls last week.
True. Then you got, you know, this year, I gotta give his accolades, even though he missed games hurt.
Right.
You know, this man still finished with 1,200 receiving yards, 9 touchdowns. On the other side, you got Jamar Chase.
Right.
Chase is a beast. He actually did beat out Tyreek Hill as far as like yards. I mean, Jamar Chase got 1,455 yards.
Right.
13 touchdown passes, and a lot of them he could have been like deuces
too.
You know, but he didn't. Just outran everybody and did the thing. So I think tomorrow's gonna be a really good dynamic game, kind of like what it was we saw last week. It's gonna be a duel. I mean, I expect the Chiefs to win, but if I had my choice to see, you know, someone move on or move forward, most definitely, I'd like to see Joe Burrow go on ahead and beat Pat Mahomes. Let him know, hey, there's a new guy in town. It ain't all about you anymore. Not that I'm hating, I'm just stating. It is what it is. But the Chiefs should win tomorrow.
Okay.
But I got my chips on the Bengals though.
Okay, I kind of agree with you. I believe KC will win. I think they will pull it out.
Okay.
I just think I have a feeling that Cincinnati defense is going to have a little hard time against, you know, the Holmes and the rest of the offensive crew. I'm not saying that Joe is not going to really show up like he should, and he will show up. I just don't think they're going to have enough offensive fighting power to match KC. Not like last week with Buffalo, you know.
Okay. I'm gonna move on.
All right.
So the last game, and this is gonna be the game that I want to watch. The San Francisco 49ers versus the LA Rams. Now, I watch a lot of sports. I watch a lot of talk shows, and you know that's what inspired me to do this to begin with, because I feel like we do this anyway. We sit back and we talk, we do this. But
that's why we got the podcast going, man.
Right. So, man, I hear a lot of people saying, "Oh, the San Francisco defense is going to make that big of a difference." Yada yada yada. Okay, they are good. It is a good defensive team. We saw that last week. They went into Green Bay and somehow pulled out a win, because Green Bay's special team sucks.
Damn.
What they do?
But you're right about that, though.
Garoppolo. First of all, let me go back. I have the LA Rams.
Okay.
Whooping the San Francisco 49ers tomorrow. And not just because I hate the fact that they beat the Bears, or that they went on ahead and beat the Packers, with Garoppolo doing absolutely nothing.
Wow.
He did nothing, just like the game before. 120 something yards, 140 yards. Oh, Garoppolo managed the game. He didn't throw any interceptions. But man, this guy's passer rating was horrible. If you watched the game, you would have seen that he was horrible. If it wasn't for Deebo Samuel, and what was his other man, Kittle, George Kittle, that they caught those passes for him, it would have been horrible. They didn't do anything. It was their defense that did everything, and their kicking that won the game.
Right.
So I expect LA Rams to whoop the San Francisco 49ers tomorrow. I mean, we got Garoppolo versus Matthew Stafford. 41 passing touchdowns for the year versus 20. I'm not a Garoppolo hater like that, but I just don't see anything special in him.
Well, just to piggyback off of it, I think Jimmy and the weather in Green Bay kind of affected his gameplay. Okay, so don't be surprised if he plays a lot better tomorrow. Okay, because that's what the weather does. The weather
so what happened the week before that when he threw for like 120 yards?
Obviously he wasn't demanding for it. I'm not going to sit here and saying he's an all-star and all that stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I am saying is he is better than what he's presenting when it comes to that. It's just right now the defense is kind of securing their wins. And I also believe that sometimes there's a couple issues where when he threw the ball, it was nice throws, but the people didn't catch it. They dropped it. So it goes both ways. And I think Matthew Stafford will play a good game tomorrow. Maybe he's probably going to be a little nervous, though. I'm going to give him that, because I think this is the furthest he ever been in his career.
Oh, yeah. He's never been, never.
Yeah. So he's going to be nervous. I think once he gets rid of the heebie-jeebies, I think he'll be playing good. And I think the Rams' defense is going to be a little bit too much for Jimmy and the gang there.
Cooper Kupp.
The boy's back.
Cooper Kupp.
The boy's back.
Yeah, he is. This man, Triple Crown winner on his team.
Mm-hmm.
This man received for 1,947 yards.
The boy's
for
back.
the season. Oh my God, that's ridiculous. He was targeted 191 times. That's ridiculous. 16 touchdown passes. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
145 receptions for the year alone. Who's going to stop that? Who's going to stop him?
Right.
I don't see anyone out there that's going to stop him. I know Debo's a bad boy, too, because I'm looking at his receiving.
But I think he's hurt, man.
Who?
Debo. I don't think he's going to play.
Man, he's going to play. He's going to play.
Because I know he got hurt last week.
I saw it, but Debo's a beast. And he's going to come out. He's going to try and beat Debo, but I expect him to ball out tomorrow, too. But the Rams, let's go.
Gotcha.
Let's go. Anything you got for me?
No, man, that was pretty cool. It was some good stuff, man.
All right.
You know?
Yeah, this was just going to be a short one. I wanted to be about half hour today because as soon as we saw the news about Tom Brady retiring, we had to do a Tom Brady farewell show.
Yeah. Mike came, he was like, yo,
I'm hurting.
I'm hurting. We got to do a show. So I was like, all right, let's do it all.
Trust me, when we do our follow up on Monday or Tuesday, whichever day that we're gonna do it, that we can get together. I'm sure Frank will be there. I'm sure he'll have all the nicest things to say about Tom Brady. Yeah. But I just didn't want to put that in the show today because I already knew what it was gonna be. He's gonna be on some goodbye. Yeah. Goodbye. It's about time. Yeah. But nah, not today. So we'll see all that on Monday or Tuesday for all you Tom Brady haters.
And also, ask us some questions. Give us some feedback. Let us know what you guys think about the show. That'd be very helpful. Then maybe we can also answer your questions whenever you guys do. And